I know this is going to sound a little weird because I did a video on the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft. I've done videos on CeeDee Lamb, and I've done videos on Tua Tagovailoa. Did I say that right? I know I always get it wrong, whatever. But I know it's kind of weird because I'm making a video on the last pick in the first round of the NFL draft. And although he's the last pick in the first round of the NFL draft, he's probably a top 6 pick in your fantasy football drafts. By the way, let me know if you want me to cover fantasy this week. I wasn't unsure if you guys really wanted it or not, but I digress. What's going on, guys? Your boy Mike back again with his second video of the day, third video if you're counting my NBA channel. Before we get to the content, guys, make sure you check me out on Twitch. I'm going to live stream a beautiful modded simulation starting from the year 2003 on Madden 21 in franchise mode. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of wacky stuff happens. The last time we did it, Terrell Owens and Jeff Garcia won a Super Bowl, and then Jeff Garcia left because he couldn't stand Terrell Owens. It was a lot of fun. It's twitch.tv/Flight Mike if you want to check that out. And also my Pat Tillman video is officially live. The premiere is live, so make sure you set a reminder for that one. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description down below as well. Now that we got all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So, unless if you're a huge fantasy football guy, you probably haven't heard much of Clyde Edwards Helaire. And if you are a huge fantasy football guy, then man, you must be really sweating this year because it's kind of stressful taking a player that hasn't even taken a snap in the NFL yet within the top 10 picks of your fantasy football draft. But if you remember 3 years ago, the Kansas City Chiefs were in a similar situation with Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt took the field against the New England Patriots in 2017 for the first time, and he fumbled the football on one of his first carries, if you guys remember properly. But after that, he had a pretty historic run with the Kansas City Chiefs. He was actually really, really good for the Kansas City Chiefs until an unfortunate incident that involved him, well, punching a woman in the face on camera leaked on the internet. I can't really show that to you for obvious reasons, but that's a horrible incident that kind of derailed his career. He's on the Browns now, but I digress. That's not what we're here to talk about. Clyde Edwards Helaire is a very interesting player because it's the first time that I'm at least made aware of that a football team, the Kansas City Chiefs, called their star quarterback on draft day and said, "Hey, Patrick, buddy, do you have anybody that you really like over here that we should draft?" And Patrick Mahomes literally said, "Draft Clyde for me." And that's how Clyde Edwards Helaire ended up becoming a Kansas City Chief. And he does fill a huge position of need for them because prior to this, they had Damian Williams, who's not even going to be available for this week. They had Darrell Williams. They had a very old LaShawn McCoy that's now on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Definitely a player that they absolutely needed. But the question then became, okay, you have Clyde Edwards Helaire that's expected to be Kareem Hunt 2.0, possibly even better because he got drafted way before Kareem Hunt did. Kareem Hunt was a 3rd round pick in the 2017 NFL draft. Clyde Edwards Helaire was a 1st round pick in the 2020 NFL draft. So the question is, Mike, how did Clyde do in training camp thus far? Well, Kansas City fans and Clyde Edwards Helaire fantasy football owners, I have some good news for you. According to multiple reports, I'm hearing that Clyde Edwards Helaire has been probably the most promising and most exciting player in the entire Kansas City Chiefs football organization in training camp. And that's exciting because here's what I'm getting from training camp thus far. Apparently, Clyde is being used the exact same way Kareem Hunt was used during his tenure with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm going to read a little bit about what I found about Edwards Helaire after doing some digging. In his last practice, possibly last week on a Wednesday, Patrick Mahomes was able to get 4 handoffs to Edwards Helaire where he was able to identify the hole every single time and executed great ball carrier vision and hit the hole right immediately. Then on Thursday, we got to see Clyde Edwards Helaire doing what he can do as a receiver. And the very first play, he ran a wheel route out of the backfield, and Mahomes threw it slightly behind him. And the crazy thing is, Clyde caught it in stride, one-handed, special emphasis on the one-handed grab by the running back, and headed upfield like he did it 1,000 times before. He showed a very low center of gravity and played like Kareem Hunt, which, by the way, you're going to get a lot of these Kareem Hunt comparisons. I know it's unfair, but that's what you're going to get. Now, they continue on to say that it's easy to come to the conclusion that Reid is going to use Edwards Helaire as a rookie the same way he used Hunt as a rookie in 2017. In 2017, Hunt touched the football 325 times, and in that rookie season, he won the rushing title and became an instant threat in the passing game as well. So, of course, we might be reading a little bit too into this. It is practice after all, but all I could tell you is Edwards Helaire is looking really, really good in his Kansas City Chiefs practices. Now, there is a good chance he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's probably my favorite candidate to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he is a very good runner in between the tackles as well. Bear in mind, he's also 5'8", 209 pounds. So the fact that he's promising in between the tackles is really exciting, but we also have to worry about him potentially getting injured because he's really, really small. Now, when Clyde Edwards Helaire was asked about what he thought about all the hype, about the fact that he's a top 10 fantasy football pick, and the fact that he is a front runner to win Rookie of the Year, he had this to say: "I'm really not big on it. I don't see a lot of it. I come to practice every day, come to work, look at my stuff at night, and do my job, ultimately. I'm just doing what I've been doing my whole life. I know what I expect from myself, and I also know what they expect from me." For those of you guys that didn't know, this dude had 1,414 rushing yards and 453 receiving yards with 17 touchdowns last year when he had Joe Burrow as his quarterback. So could we just imagine, of course, it's a different game. He's now in the NFL and he's on the NCAA. The speed of the game's a little bit different, and his offense is still pretty freaking dominant. He went from the most dominant championship-winning team last year in all of the NCAA to the defending NFL champions, the defending NFL Super Bowl champions in the Kansas City Chiefs. He went from the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Joe Burrow to the one-time MVP in Patrick Mahomes. So I think it's a safe bet to assume that, especially considering the fact that he has an offensive mastermind as his head coach in Andy Reid, that he's going to dominate this year, and you have a lot to look forward to. Now, bear in mind, it was really freaking hard to dig up all this information on him. The Chiefs literally put like no footage out on him, but I really knew how important it was to get this video out to you guys, because Clyde Edwards Helaire is going to be a perennial individual that's going to be on SportsCenter after every game. I think we're going to see one of the greatest rushing performances in NFL history by a rookie this year, and I am very excited to see the guy play. He's in the perfect position to succeed, and I think he's going to do an excellent job. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about Clyde, and also if you want more of these rookie training camp updates. I'm trying to get as many of these done before the first game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans happen on Thursday. Let me know in the comment section down below who you think is going to win that, and also follow me on Twitter because I will be live tweeting the game. I'm your boy Mike, and I'm going to drop our mic until our next upload.